Hello, friends. It's Malika again from Coco in the Sun podcast. I think today we're going to do chapter 11 of the book. I I don't want to say struggling today, but I am focused on my breathing today. I feel like I need to breathe to make sure that I am able to stay in a good frame of mind, n not spiral thoughts that are not the best. I don't know if anyone else is dealing with that today, which is the 25th of February after the full moon. I don't really feel more connected to the new moon than I do to the full moon, but this full moon, I think, is having an effect. I don't know what the total effect is. Also, yesterday, I got an understanding about being in the void. So, like, they have different stages when I think you are trying to bring something into reality or to get to a certain stage of development in your consciousness or your awareness. And so they have different stages. I remember like last year when I was kind of feeling like a lot more connected and like a lot more synchronicities and things I was recognizing and understanding and thoughts I was having. And information that was just coming into my field, I was like, oh yeah, I'm feeling like really connected. Like I feel like something's going on here and stuff like that. And then after like a few months, there was like absolute like nothing, right? Like not dreams, no thoughts that was like teaching new things or understandings or new perspectives. Information was coming in, whether it was Instagram or books, and like there was like a standstill. I was like, what is going on? And I started to panic a little bit. And I was like, did everything that I thought I experienced before, was it all in my head? Was it all made up? Was it like, did I do something wrong? Did I stop my progress? Um, and then sure enough, when you ask a question and you're confused about something, I don't even know if I said out loud. I got a YouTube video came across about just the different stages of awakening. I don't like to say awakening because I feel like that's really new agey and people dismiss it. But I like to say different stages of becoming more aware of being more aware of your consciousness and how you affect things and how you can garner information other than what's in this materialistic, almost dense, like physical world. So, and she had spoken about being in the void. So when she was going through the phases, and she said in the void, this happens like after like your blissful stage and after your dark night of the soul, where you make like decisions and you take leaps and you work through like all these negative feelings you're having and thoughts, you're getting better understandings of it and stuff like that. And you feel like you're really on a roll now, and then all of a sudden everything stops and it's like quiet. And you're like, well, what did I do wrong? Like, am I not like progressing? Like. And she said, no, that's like the void stage. Like in when like a butterfly, if you're in the pupa, everything's coming apart, and it's now like you're not what you were before, but you're not what you're going to be. So you're in an in-between stage. And so in that stage, you just rest. You just rest. And and just trust because you can't see what's to come. Like you don't know what's next. You know you're not what you were before because you've had like a taste of what it could be. And but it's not that you have stopped your progress or anything like that. It's just like everything's like oh, she said like when the caterpillar's in the pupa, it really comes apart like it's goo. Like it's not a butterfly yet, but it's not a caterpillar. It's like all the parts have come apart and they're like mixing and coming together into this new thing. So I was like, oh, just gotta relax and don't stress about it. And the minute I did that, the next day, like more connection came. And I was like, oh, okay. And even better and even more confirmed and even stronger and even more confident in what I was getting. And then it just grew from there. And then I remember when I was trying, when I really was like, what is going on? Like, where's my soul tribe? Like, I've been in this stage of getting to know myself and loving myself and enjoying myself and enjoying my company. But gosh, I was supposed to talk to about these things. Like, I still had people I could talk to, kinda, but not to the extent that I wanted to talk about all these things I was experiencing. And then one day I was just like, I was even like going on to looking for these yoga classes to go to, and I went to ballet classes, like adult ballet classes. Like I just want to make friends and just like I don't want to be like, just by myself. Like, I had come out of the stage where I wanted to be by myself when I was cocoon, and I was ready to come out now and connect. I felt stronger in myself, stronger in my understanding of myself, stronger in understanding of things. Not like, you'll never fully understand everything. Like, because once you get to one thing and you're doing something else, you're doing something, this is the beauty of the whole thing. Like, you're never gonna plateau, right? There's always something new to learn. You may plateau, but that's probably just the void, and then you're gonna start again with something else and grow. So, anyways, it's really a beautiful experience. And so at that time, that was like last November, December, I was like trying to like find my soul tribe. Like, and then one day I was like, I just have to be content being my own friend. And whatever's to come is to come. It's to come. And just be happy right here. And the minute I said that, like a few days later, soul tribe started coming in. So, and so far, like a few have come in that I think are going to be like my soul tribe. Like we just talk right now and then, but the conversations are really honest and authentic, and I'm not judged for the things that I am experiencing or the things that they're experiencing. Like, it's really cool. So I can see that expanding into future deeper friendships, and it's more than one. And it was just as soon as I relaxed on it, and it was just like, well, it'll come in and I'll just be my friend until then. And this is actually pretty good. Like I'm still getting information. I still have my thoughts and whatever. And I came in. So I was in the void there for the soul friends, for the soul tribe I couldn't see how I was going to make it. I was efforting to make it, and efforting was getting nowhere. It wasn't making any type of friends I wanted to make. I was just doing things just to get out there, but I wasn't really thinking about the type of people I'd meet there, and the stuff I was doing, right? You would think yoga or Pilates might be open-minded people, but a lot of times it was just like young people that just wanted to look sexy, or older ladies that wanted to look sexy. um, and wanted to talk about superficial stuff. Nothing's wrong with superficial stuff. It's really safe and it's a good way. But I wanted to talk about experiences I was having and dreams I was having and interpreting it and what does it mean and stuff I was envisioning or thinking about or thoughts I was having or understandings that I was like, is this like real, or like, do you understand it this way too? And I read this book, and this book, did you get this from this book, or did you think it was nonsense? Or did it resonate with you and stuff like that? I wasn't going to get that at those yoga groups. I was not. Then I was looking for women's circles. I couldn't find any women's circles. Anything I was efforting towards, nothing was coming. And then the friendships just came in a really natural way. Nothing I had to effort about. I saw a program and I didn't want to do it for friendships. I just was looking to see, oh, what is this going to teach me? And there I met someone that in that chat group, right? And another one, a long time friend I hadn't spoken to, we're actually on the same tangent. Similar, not exactly the same because everybody's journey is different, but similar tangent. I could talk about all these things. Can help me interpret what I'm feeling, what I'm seeing, what I'm dreaming. So nothing was anything I efforted about. So now I'm in the process of changing another aspect of my life, and I don't know. I know what I was before. I don't want that. But I don't know what the answer to what's best for me is yet, right? Um, I know that kind of know what I don't want. And I kind of know what I want, but I don't know how I'm supposed to get what I want. So I was like worrying and worrying about it. Like, is it going to happen? Did I make right decisions? Was it the wrong decision? Um, and was like really like I can't see my way. Like I can't see what the next step is, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I know I don't want to do that. I don't know what is it? What is it? I kept asking, what am I supposed to be doing here? Like, what's the next step for this thing that I want? This type of life that I want. Wasn't getting an answer at all. And then last night, yesterday afternoon, actually, I was watching something. Airbender. I was watching Airbender, but it didn't have anything to do with the realization that came, right? I was just watching Airbender, which is pretty good. It's on Netflix, and I think it kind of, in a story form, talks about what it is to come into your full self. Yeah. And having friends and a whole tribe, people you can trust, and not having the old family you had before, the old friendships, right? They're being gone. And so now you're kind of in a new space, in a new world. You could even say a new timeline. Airbender's pretty good. But anyway, I was watching Airbender, and I was sitting on there just watching the show, nothing, thinking, when you're in a relaxed state, that's when understandings come. And I think that it's key to just do what you want to do, right? Because I wanted to watch Airbender, so I was watching Airbender. And while you're doing stuff that you want to do, stuff is dropping, like answers and solutions and understandings and stuff like that. So watching Airbender with no relation to this thought at all. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm in the void. I'm in the void. That's where I can't see what the next step is. And I am in the process of becoming the next version of me, or the next thing that I want in my life that will contribute to the new version of me. And also got a correlation, because I had read in the book It's Darkest Before the Dawn yesterday, and then the last episode of Bring Us to the Dawn. And I had read in that chapter 10, I think they said, it's always darkest before the dawn. And so I got that I was in the void, right? I understood I was in the void right now for the next thing I'm going to create. Because before I was like, did I make the right choice? Was that a mistake? Is it ever going to happen? Am I going to have to go back to do what I don't want to do anymore? Is that where I'm supposed to be? A lot of like confusion. And yesterday when I was watching Airbender, I just said, oh, you're in the void. Definitely knew what I wanted was coming. Because when you're in the void, it's the stage before what you want comes in. So it's a sign for me that what I want is coming in. If it makes any sense. It's always darkest, and then I understood it's always darkest before the dawn, so you can't see your way, and you really have to just trust and surrender and just put your hands up and say, okay, well, I'll just enjoy this right here where I am, because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing else. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. There's nothing. I can't do nothing at this point, right? And also, I recognized that I was there before 2 other times, and it all turned out in the best way, gently in its own way, without me having to effort for it. So I was like, yeah, this is the same spot, but for a different season, or for a different um thing that I am, a different paradigm that I'm breaking, a different aspect of my life that I want a certain way that I'm changing. I was like, and I felt relief, because I know once I really don't mind being in the void once I recognize I'm in the void. The hard part is knowing you're in the void. That's the hardest part. But once I know I'm in the void, then I know then the next stage is the butterfly or coming out of the pupa into the new life, or the new aspect of life that you're wanting. So I was like, oh, so I'm gonna get it. It's gonna come. It's gonna be something that's best for me, that comes in the best way for me, that I will enjoy, that will be the best thing for me. And I was able to relax. I was very, very happy yesterday when I realized that. So relieved. So the choice I made wasn't wrong. I don't think we have wrong choices. I think we just have choices, right? Had I stayed with that other choice, I probably would have been safer, but not probably as aligned with what I would enjoy had I not jumped. So I jumped, and I was doubting if I did the correct thing by jumping, and if they didn't want me to jump. But now I feel like, no, it's my life. I created, and they support whatever, or my higher self or God, they just support whatever I want to create. But that creation is a process. Yeah. So I am in the void before I get to the next thing. And I feel really a lot better knowing that, because always after the void, you come out on the next side even more confident in your decision making and in trusting yourself and in following your intuition. Because what comes on the next side is something usually that's really something you enjoy more than where you were before. So sad. But then today, I'm not dealing with those like feelings of doubting that or whatever. But today, though, I feel like I don't know what this energy is today, because it's not like I'm worried about anything in particular, but I do feel like I have to breathe so I don't panic or I don't feel overwhelmed. But I don't know what I'm overwhelmed about. Nothing's coming in as to what I'm overwhelmed about. So I'm just thinking, well, maybe this is some kind of just the energy that's out today. And we went to the park, and I feel like that too. I have to get out the house, go into the air, get in with the trees and stuff like that, which I did. I went to the park, walked, I sat in the sun, I came home, I cooked, took a shower, and still having okay feelings, but still having to breathe every now and then, like profoundly, like really stop and like that. So I hope you guys are okay too, and breathe it. Anyway, so now we are going to do, I'm sorry, we are now going to do chapter 11. Let's see how long chapter 11 is. My throat is really scratchy too. Like I don't have like the cold per se. But my throat is a bit scratchy. Why can't I see how long the chapter is? Oh my goodness. 13. Oh, it's short. Thank God it's short, because I don't think I have much in it today with these energies, whatever they are. Okay. So 11, the name of the game. In order to survive in the times that are coming, it is imperative to move into the idea of thought manifestation or super consciousness. Super consciousness is only a word to you at this time. It is not a concept that is inside of you yet, because you can't conceive of being so in tune and filled with so much information. Yet, as you evolve, that is what you are moving towards. There are those who are very aware that this movement of consciousness would begin to sweep the planet, and they are banking on it not occurring. It has already occurred. We have come back into your past to assure you of this. Thought comes first. Thought comes first. Experience is always secondary. Okay. It is never the other way around. That you have the experience and then you base the thought around it. Always your experience is a direct reflection of what you are thinking. Clarity and recognition of your own power are the bottom line. Your thoughts form your world all of the time. Your thoughts form your world all of the time. Not cafeteria style, all of the time, because you are bombarded with so many frequency control vibrations that attempt to keep you from being clear. You fluctuate. You must, as a species, make it your intention to stay very clear, to stay centered, and to always to bring yourself into the moment. Stop living in the future or living in the past, and always live in your now. Say to yourself, what do I want? I want to accelerate my personal evolution. I want spirit to assist me in a greater capacity. Oh. I want my body to regenerate itself. I want to emanate health. I am willing to give up. Oh my goodness, something is biting me, y'all. It bite me hard. I want to emanate health. I'm willing to give up difficulty so that I can be a living example of what humanity can be. It is this line of thinking, this commanding from your being and calling out what you want with clarity that brings everything in acceleration. Do you want me to read that? I should read that over. So in case you guys need to write it down. Stop living in the future or living in the past and always live in your now. Say to yourself, what do I want? I want to accelerate my personal evolution. I want spirit to assist me in a greater capacity. I want my body to regenerate itself. I want to emanate health. I am willing to give up difficulty so that I can be a living example of what humanity can be. It is this line of thinking, this commanding from your being and calling out what you want with clarity that brings everything in acceleration. Watch your patterns. If you find yourself denying that you created a portion of your experience and you don't want to own it as your creation, simply look at it. Say, isn't this interesting? I do this all of the time. I don't want to own what I'm creating. If I don't like it, I blame someone else. Let me see how long I will do this. And let me come up with a solution to develop a different pattern of behavior. Do not judge yourself. Begin to say to yourself, I don't know where these ants are coming from. Okay. Do not judge yourself. Begin to say to yourself, I will accept responsibility for all that I am involved in. I will accept responsibility for everything that happens to me. If I don't like what is happening to me, I will begin to ask myself why I create things that I don't like. Maybe it's to get my attention about something so that I can change what is really not working for me that I cannot see. Always act as if there is an impeccable purpose to everything you do. Act as if your highest good and your highest opportunity involve working through every event you are involved in. Always act that way. If you are walking down the street and someone says, I've got a gun in your back, let's have your purse. Act as if you're being given an opportunity for your highest growth. You never know what the results are going to be if you begin to act this way. When you act as if, you act without knowing and without expectation. This is an attitude. If you all could have this attitude and act as if every event is designed to propel you further in your growth and awareness, then you might turn around and find that the person holding the gun in your back is a counterpart or portion of yourself. You might be able to heal something. You might be given an opportunity to do something you are afraid of. Do not be afraid of what you create. Trust what you create. Trust that there's always something in it for you. Do not sweep your dramas under the rug as if they are dirty, old, horrible things that you never wish to see them again. Get finished with these dramas. Stop cycling in them and being lost in them. However, understand that the drama you have had with your mother, your brother, your sister, your lover is something you may use 20 years later to come to a whole new realization. So let these life dramas be like a file for you. Finish them up, resolve them as best you can, create peace, accept your part in them, and then let them cycle back through your consciousness to teach you something. Let them be ongoing treasures of experience for yourself, rather than hackles that you want to get past. Emotion is connected with these things, and remember, emotion can take you into other realms of activity. Do you believe that you only create your reality in certain areas and that in other areas you are disempowered? Do you argue that you have no control over some areas of your life? Do you give up what is naturally yours because society tells you you cannot have it? You will find that events do not come out of the blue. Some of you believe that you create your own reality, but others do not create theirs, especially little babies who have all kinds of things happen to them, or children who are abused. It is a difficult concept for many of you to grasp that seemingly helpless children or starving people also create their own reality. Whenever you buy into the victim mentality, you send people the idea that they are powerless, and you make that probability one for yourselves. You must learn to honor other people's dramas and lessons. Realize that the newspaper is not going to tell you about the potential to change that exists for all of those involved in a particular scenario, because newspapers do not report and cover things in that way. You do not understand the underlying synchronicities of events. Your media exposes only the external so-called facts and ignores the rich riverbed of emotional significance that accompanies human dramas and lessons. Those who are involved in dramas in which it looks like someone is a victim are usually so out of touch with their feelings that they do not connect how they feel with what they are thinking. Victims find victims. Victors find victors. So please, with any newspaper event or rule drama in which it looks as if people are hopeless victims, honor them and honor yourself by saluting that they created their own reality. It may not be a reality that you need to learn from or something you feel a need to participate in. You must understand that others must go through the realms of density to bring them to light. Sometimes the greatest enlightenment lies in the greatest catastrophes and the greatest difficulties. When you go to a restaurant, order something you want, the chef prepares it and the waiters bring it to you. You order it, however, you don't make it. Somehow the cook is the spiritual energy or the spiritual energy make it. Yet you select it to be put before you. It will not be put before you unless you go into the restaurant to order it in the first place. So you are responsible for it and you pay for it. Life is the same way. Life is like a restaurant. Learn how to order what you want from life like you do in a restaurant, and then trust that because you ordered it, it will be put before you. When you go into a restaurant, you don't worry over every item and wonder whether or not you deserve to have it. Well, sometimes you do. Sometimes you say, well, I don't deserve to have that. That costs $15. I could only have something that costs $7 or less. The way you act in restaurants is a wonderful indication of the way you act in life. It is an incredible teaching to understand. When you go into a restaurant, do you simply order and say, this is what I want, and trust that it is going to come to you? Or do you worry that they're going to screw it up? As soon as the order is in, do you follow the waiter into the kitchen and say, oh, they probably won't have the right lettuce. They probably won't saute these onions just so. And they won't have those kind of mushrooms I want. No, you trust it will be presented to you exactly the way you want it and you let it go. When it is presented to you, you say thank you. If it is not quite right, you ask for what is needed and then you proceed. Look at the divine nonchalance you have when you order things in the restaurant. That is how you order up life. Get clear on what you want, order it, and be done with it. Don't keep calling up spirit to see if they got the order or give advice on how to fill it. You ordered it, trust that it will come. You are a result of your thoughts. If there is nothing else you learn on this planet, you will learn that this is the rule in this reality and the rule of many other realities. Thought creates experience. Why not give yourself a gift and begin to think of yourself in a capacity that is exceptional, magnificent, and uplifting? Free yourselves from the need to have the rest of society agree with you. Validate yourself. For some of you, this is very difficult. How do you validate yourself when you are in the habit of not doing it? Your words are either empowering or disempowering. We want you to have the courage to live your light. So we want to emphasize to you and convince you in whatever way possible that your thoughts formulate your world. Eliminate the words should and trying from your vocabulary. If you were to pay money every time you say these words, you would be in a great debt. You are in a great debt of disempowerment or impotence. Should implies that you're operating under someone else's sovereignty. Damn. We would like to remind you that you are sovereign unto yourself. If someone is trying to put out a newsletter or trying to change their patterns, they can try for the rest of their lives. Trying is not doing. Whenever you use the word trying, you will not accomplish anything because trying is an excuse. I tried to do it. I tried. In your own life, use the words, I am creating. I am doing. I am manifesting. I am intending. I am bringing about. Forget I am trying. When you become a doer and are able to manifest what you want in life, you set yourself up as the mirror for many people. There has been a belief that there is a limited amount of everything and that only one person or the other can be a doer or a manifester. When you begin to show that you can bend the laws of reality, other people do not like it sometimes because they think you have something they want and they can't get it unless you don't have it. If you put yourself behind others and are afraid of having what others do not have because you think there's not enough, you do not understand that as you allow the divine principles to work in your body and anchor themselves upon the planet, that you become a living example of light. You allow the underlying purpose of light to move through your vehicle, and you become a living example of what others can do. This is the high vibration that we intend to teach all of you. We want you to understand that there is no limitation. There is no limitation. I intend to be a billionaire and to be financially free from debt. I intend to have all my needs and wants satisfied in a way that is enjoyable to me. I intend to live a life full of love and good experiences that expand my understandings and perspectives of the world, the universe, the galaxy, and the beings that live in it. I intend to experience love in all things I do, and in all people I encounter, and in all beings I encounter. I intend to give up difficulty so I can be a living example of how easy life can be. I intend for my body to regenerate. I intend to emanate health. Yes, I intend for all my needs and wants to be met. I said that already. Okay, there is no limitation on the entire planet. Each person on the whole planet can operate in cooperation and in a uniqueness of being. Whatever gifts of spirit and materiality come your way, don't think that you are more lucky than others. Instead, simply understand that you're able to get the divine principles to work in your physical body and that you can show others how. You can say, listen, it works. I've been able to do it. You can do it as well. We spend hours teaching people about not being afraid to manifest. Each of you is frightened because you grew up with an ethic that says, only if you work for something is it of any value. If you do not, what is going on? These aunts. I don't even see them on the chair. And they're small aunts, you know. Only if you work for something is it of any value. If you do not put in hard work, you cannot get things. It is imperative for all of you to look at this area, this idea of hard work and where it came from. Look at your parents and the belief systems they have had. We are talking about birthing a consciousness that presents the new human species that learns how to do things effortlessly. If something is not being done effortlessly, then forget it. I did say that, I said I don't want effort, fine. It's supposed to come enjoying what I'm doing. Like what I'm doing, I'm supposed to be enjoying it. Like inspired action is just things that you enjoy doing. It's still action, but you enjoy doing it. Doesn't feel like you're efforting or pushing against something. If it looks like it is too much work, something is telling you it is not the way. Only when something comes together effortlessly and simply fits with no one doing too much to it is it right. If you all begin to live like this, you will completely change how the species of consciousness approaches life. It is not irresponsible or a cop-out. It is a new way of carrying bricks from one place to another. One time, we talked about a pile of bricks with a group of people and asked them, how do you move bricks? They all said, well, you pick them up one by one. And we said, no. And we said, no one ever thought of hiring someone else to do it. If your assignment is moving bricks from here to there, how are you going to do it? Your first answer may be, well, I will move them. I'll pick them up. However, you could go call someone up and say, move these bricks for me. If you do that, you're still doing the assignment. You're doing what needs to be done. Do you think we're going to chastise you if you don't do it yourself? No, you are still getting the job done. You see the difference? Money seems to be an issue with everyone. You all have very definitive beliefs about how money comes to you. The more you believe you must work hard for money, the harder you're going to have to work. Many of you believe it is quite normal to work hard for money, and that if you don't work hard for money, then it is dirty. No, they're going with the beliefs now. Money beliefs, Lord. Let's see. Where am I with the money? Many of you believe it is quite normal to work hard for money, and that if you don't work hard for money, it is dirty. Let us ask you to remember the word effortless and incorporate it into your vocabulary. Say to yourself, I am effortlessly intending that this come about. I am effortlessly intending that millions of dollars come about to me. To be effortless is to command the reality to bring itself to you in a way that gives room for plenty of energy to be expended in other experimentation. Remember, your reality is a result of your thoughts. If you believe that things are hard, what are you creating? Many of you have spent lifetimes honoring and respecting family members or people of society who you believe are uplifting citizens and who represent to you a certain work ethic and value system. You have not thought to question this work ethic or to see if there's any other way. So you believe that in order to get money, you must expend a great amount of energy, or you must be employed by someone who's going to give it to you, or whatever. These ideas are completely and totally erroneous. We cannot emphasize that enough. When you are allowing, spirit will compensate you in a variety of unexpected ways. The only reason this has not happened before is that you just haven't believed it was possible. When you believe things are possible, reality changes. State of mind is the name of the game here. We cannot emphasize that to you enough. How you feel about reality and how you program reality is how you're going to respond to it and how it's going to present itself to you. That is why we say, go for it, be outrageous, do what excites you, do the impossible. You can do it. You can do whatever you want to do. You will transform your world no matter what state the world is in. Remember, when you learn the rules of the game, that you are a result of thought and that this is a law within your universe, all you need to do is think of how you want to be and so you shall be. Once you figure this out, you can design your body, you can design your age, you can fix everything about yourself because you will be self-motivated, self-empowered, and self-generated. End of chapter 11. Ooh. I think chapter 11 might be the most important chapter describing how you create your reality. What do you guys think? I want to master creating my own reality. That's what I want to do. I'm highlighting that whole chapter, that whole paragraph on money. Effortless. I am effortlessly intending that millions of dollars comes to me in an accelerated fashion. Anyways, guys, so that's the end of chapter 11, and tomorrow's episode we'll do 12. I'm not feeling, I intend to feel great today. Anyway, today is the day I need to focus on my breathing and stuff and taking time out and being gentle with myself. So I don't think I'm going to push and do a second chapter today. But I'm glad that I was able to be on here today and to read this chapter because I needed it. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I hope that you are loved, that you feel loved, that you know you are loved, and that you're gentle with yourself as you move through this life that we are living. Okay. Have a great day, guys. Bye.